Hi, I'm David Bertelsall and this is the Triumph Street Triple RS. So here we have Triumph Street Triple RS. This is the third generation of this Street Triple and it's only getting better with time. Triumph have owned this category, the naked sports bike, now for years, and honestly with this newest iteration it's only getting better and better. So there are some key changes from the last model onto this new one. Okay, so obviously we've got styling. As you can see, this bike is beautiful. I mean, I think it's one of the best looking bikes you can get, just with my personal opinion, but you know, you can be a judge. Let me know in the comments what you think of the styling. Some of the key things we can see here are these beautiful headlights. So we've got the LEDs that are on daytime running, so you've got that angular kind of bug eye alien look at the front of the bike, and then kind of coming through here we've got a nice relatively wide tank, but you can get your knees underneath it, so when you're going through the corners you can really hold on and give it a little bit more than you might feel otherwise. And then as we come to the back, we've got this nice angular tail, which is for the RS version only. On the R and the S, which are the kind of tier models of this bike underneath, you don't quite have the same tail, which is a thing that Triumph have been doing for a while now on these bikes. Now, one of the key things which is different on this model than on the previous one is that the engine is now bigger. So in the previous model it was a 675cc engine, and now we've got a 765, so we've got an extra 100 cc's basically, which takes the bhp up to 123 and also the torque up to 79 newton meters. So we've got a lot of torque, and trust me, it will get the front wheel up in first gear easily. No need, if you're in those kind of things, you don't need to use the throttle even, you can just power wheelie, it will fly away into the sunset. It's actually really easy. So I've had this bike for about a day, done a little bit of motorway riding, done a little bit of country riding, a little bit of town riding, and I mean it feels so comfortable, it's so easy to ride, it's light, it weighs 166 kilos dry, which is not very much, and it's low. You know, I can flat foot while sat on the bike, which means it's very accessible to other people as well. I mean, I'm 6 foot tall. If you are anywhere from probably 5'8", this is a bike which would be completely comfortable for you. Now, they do a low seat version, so you can get it with a lower seat if you are someone that is slightly shorter and still have access to it. So for me, the kind of main features of this bike that you're going to want to look at, we've got this beautiful screen here on the front. Okay, so we've got 5 rider modes, kind of wet, road, sport, track, and also rider, which is kind of your customizable one. We've got switchable ABS, switchable traction control, and honestly it connects to your phone. You can get your Bluetooth connected to it, so if you're running GPS, then it will tell you on the screen if you have that Bluetooth connection, you know, obviously right, left, whatever your directions are, which is very cool. Like, the old model didn't have that tech at all. So we can see, like, now with a bike which cost roughly the same as it did when it was released previously, like, this is a 10.5 grand bike. With a few extras, you're probably going to want to get, like, you'll probably spend about 11 grand on it. Like, the Bluetooth headset's about 200, sorry, the Bluetooth adaptive connections is about 200. You know, if you get a tail tidy, which this bike does have, that's also about another £100 or so. And like with a few other extras, you'll be spending probably about 11 grand, which is actually very good value for money. Like, this bike is class leading. You know, it's super comfortable. It gives you that confidence when you're riding that it's just gonna go where you want it. The power is pretty instantaneous. You've got a lot of torque, a lot of energy with the bike deep down. And when you're putting it into corners, you feel comfortable riding it. What I mean by that is you get confidence that the bike is going to do what you want it to do. It's a very smooth power curve, there's not very much vibration in the bike, and so when you're applying that throttle, it doesn't scare you. Like, this bike is predictable and comfortable and fast, and it puts a smile on your face and it wants you to enjoy it. It'll rev all the way up to about 13,500 RPM and it will scream. It will scream indeed. Now, there are some options you could get, like this one's got the exhaust. So this has got an Arrow exhaust on it, but you can get a couple of other ones. SC Project do a great exhaust for the Triumph, and also HP Corsa do one as well, which will fit nicely on here, and you can change the tone of the bike. But you know, this Street Triple, it's got the 3 cylinders and an undeniable sound. Like, the note that the engine makes is absolutely fantastic. It's iconic. You can tell that it's a Street Triple, and I personally love it. I think that the noise that it makes is fantastic. Now, if you saw my video last week, you'll know that the Speed Twin, which is the one I was riding before, kind of said that it likes to be a little bit more calm. It likes to be ridden a little bit more gently. I got on this today and it is not like that. Yes, you can take it about town and you can chill and you can just, you know, enjoy it for being a beautiful piece of engineering, but also it wants to be ridden faster and it encourages you to the, you know, taking over a car. It's done in a second, and yeah, it's a really nice, really safe piece of kit, and I've been thoroughly enjoying trying it out. Now, let's have a little look at the brake system. So we've got twin Brembo discs on the front, we've got a single Brembo disc on the back as well, so lots of stopping power, and Showa upside down suspension on the front with Öhlins suspension on the back. So honestly, like, the names, the brands associated with this, they're not skimping. This is top kit here from Triumph. And for someone that had the old Street Triple, I had the RX, and I loved that bike. It was wonderful, super fun, super easy to drive. And to get on this and see how things are different, the thing that strikes me the most about the difference between the old bike and this one is the adaptability. Because you've got the 5 riding modes, it really does change the throttle response, and also obviously the traction control and the ABS. So when you're in wet weather mode, for example, then it's a lot slower on the throttle, so you feel more confident in the wet. And then if you want to go quick and you want to put it all the way up in track mode, then it is lightning fast. So I think that is something which these newer bikes are having with the rideability, the rider mode changes, and also the adaptive tech that is on the bike as well. So for me, I love it. This is a fantastic bike, an absolutely brilliant machine that I could highly recommend you getting yourself on one, and I think that I'm gonna have to go and have another little ride. So ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. My name's David Bertelsel. Please like and subscribe to the channel and show support. What do you think of this Triumph Street Triple? Which bike would you get if you weren't going to get this one? I want to know. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.